Hi and welcome to my very awkward intro. My name is Susan / Bambi and this is Bambi's Rambles. How are we, friends? Are we good? That's good. And if you're not okay, that's okay too. In today's video we are going to be doing part 1 of a 3-part series that I'm currently doing on Natasha Cooper. In this first I was struggling so much how to figure out how to put this all together and how to like lay it out, because there are so many different things that we need to talk about. So in my beautifully autistic way, I have decided that I'm going to do the first part. We are going to talk about who Natasha Cooper is, and we're going to talk about her channel, True Crime with Natasha Cooper. And then part 2, we're going to do Recline with Natasha and Recline with Natasha 2.0. And then part 3 will be a live stream open panel. You want to be a part of that. You want to be on the panel, things like that. Comment down below and we can work it all out and talk about it. So what we're going to start off with is who is Natasha Cooper, because I'm not entirely sure whether everyone actually knows who this woman is. Natasha is a 40-something-year-old woman who has a colourful history of scams and drama, and most of them are documented online from herself or her anti-Natasha Cooper community, who are on multiple platforms, including running her off Facebook as a primary home base. So obviously True Crime with Natasha Cooper gives you the impression that she talks about true crime. She has obviously a base where she goes to for her live streams, for her updates, for all these sorts of things. Currently it's YouTube, but at the time it was Facebook, but it is no longer Facebook, and I will explain to you why throughout this video. But why am I even doing a deep dive on someone's stereotypical grandmother from down south who talks about true crime? Well, this woman has brought her own waves of missing money, doxing, FBI involvement, and scam after scam. Well, I'll be honest, I've been in the bushes for months. And I mean, not only does she have a true crime channel, she has Recline with Natasha, which is non-stop drama, open panels of people screaming, doxing people's children, and posting people's RP. Natasha cussing out people, and shit turns into a huge dumpster fire that I can't keep up with. So let's get into Natasha Cooper pre-Facebook just for a minute. So the true crime version of Natasha Cooper hasn't just been known to scam via social media. Listed publicly on her LinkedIn page is a business called Natasha's Leads, being businesses that give out. So you know those businesses where they give, like, you give them your mobile number or whatever, and you say, I'm happy to have advertisements sent to me. Your phone number and a group of other people's phone numbers get sent around to businesses because you ticked yes type thing. Natasha Cooper had her own business doing that. Now I have heard a lot of cases and stories, and even right now we have the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shaw, who's currently being indicted for fraud through her business doing this. Not saying she's innocent or guilty. I'm not saying Natasha's innocent or guilty, just letting you know that that is a common theme that I've seen throughout these sorts of businesses at times. So I'm not accusing anyone of anything. But anyway, I then went and looked at her business, and I found these. Editing Bambi here. I just want to let you guys know that I read some of these dates wrong. So when I said it was like later on, I'm wrong. So it actually started from 2011, and then we actually have some up to 2015. I was wrong in that, but here are all of the things. Slow down if you want to read it all properly. But yeah. So she has owned this business for 21 years. As you can see by the complaints, there's only a few of them, and it comes from later on, 2017, when she was doing a lot of her true crime stuff. So maybe something happened, maybe she couldn't get the job done, maybe she's inactive on there. I don't know. I don't want to, you know, we'll get into more things that would make this believable, in my humble opinion, and I'm saying allegedly. You know, this whole video, allegedly, okay? Allegedly, don't sue me. Allegedly, I have no money. Allegedly, what are you gonna get from me? You might get a couple of pot plants and an empty pack of cigarettes, mate. Anyway, so then she has a business called BAMBI'S and such, and she owned this for about 8 years, but at the 7-year mark, she was having issues with her foster niece, so she adopted her sister's children, and God bless her for that. But so she was really struggling, obviously, with, you know, all these new mouths to feed, all these emotions as a mother to meet to all these new kids, all this sort of stuff. I don't want to sit here and just bash Natasha. It's not my job. But I'm just saying, in that she was struggling with a lot of what was going on, and I can really like empathize with that. So she entrusted the video. So she entrusted the store to someone that was working there, like a manager or something, and in her words, they ran it into the ground, essentially. So she was broke, there was a lot of stuff going on. She claims that she didn't close the business. She claims that the business was failing, she was going to close it, but then she got an eviction notice and the developer had sold out the property, so it was like a blessing in disguise type thing. But this is during the time of a scam that I will mention now, because it makes sense. So around this time, she apparently had a friend that would come into the store a lot, would work at the store, would help her with the kids. She would, you know, she was down on her luck, this lady, and Natasha would just give her money, like let her come into the store and take money from the till, like whatever she needed. She took care of her financially for like 5 years. A lot of layers there that she's talking about with this lady. And she said that she had to keep saving her from a DV situation. And during that time that I was just saying that she was financially struggling, her business had failed, was failing, you know, she had all this stress with this new family and the new dynamics and the stress that, you know, comes with children that have had a hard life, by the sounds of it, coming into a new environment. But anyway, so she done this person's taxes like she had done every single year for the past, I think she said, I think it was like either 3 or 5 years. So she did say that she had been doing it, and that she had given her, so it was $5,000, and that she had given her the $5,000 cash. Wow. This lady is saying, no, you kept it and you didn't give it to me. And she went and filed charges of tax fraud, that she stole this $5,000. So Natasha Cooper says that she pled guilty. She's like, I paid her cash, but if she's trying to hide the money from her boyfriend because he's abusive and all those sorts of things, then whatever, right? So she pled out. She was like, I have too much stress going on with the business closing, all the issues with her new family, new larger family, so to speak, all these other things. She couldn't get Medicaid for the kids, all this stuff. She's saying that she didn't steal it, but she's just gonna plead guilty and pay it again because she just can't deal with the drama. But at the same time, she's basically saying, I was the only one providing for everyone. If it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have any money. Our business is failing. I'm not working as much because I'm looking after the kids. Like, it kind of makes sense. And this is where we first see Natasha Cooper say, like, so this is the first instance where we hear that Natasha Cooper is going to say, I do so much for people and this is how they repay me. So for someone that is so giving and so nice and so, you know, does everything for everyone, you said you looked after this woman and all this stuff, and she falsely accused you of tax fraud and stealing her money, and in text messages you were just going along with it, because did I say that? She like talks about it saying that, oh, the money hasn't come through yet type thing. I will put those on the screen right now. And so this is like she's done all this for this lady, and this lady's gonna turn around and fuck her over. Like, I don't think so. Anyway, but then the next part is that you will see that that is a pattern with Natasha Cooper. She does so much nice stuff for people, but people keep fucking her over. You know what I mean? Like, when is it you? Like, when is it you? Anyway. So let's get into true crime with Natasha Cooper, and I do this because you will see why. Let's go through these and talk about the biggest scandals that I can come across where there is scamming involved, there is lying involved, there is, you know, we see a pattern. So let's get right into it. So the first case we're going to talk about is her involvement with the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case. Many people will know about the Gypsy Rose true crime case. Well, it seems this is where true crime with Natasha Cooper made traction amongst people who took to Facebook to use as a platform. For groups and discussions about the case, etc. These groups and Natasha's Facebook page that she used for live streams and case updates built a community of true crime lovers. There are two layers of this case where Natasha Cooper was exposed as a scammer and also a huge conspiracy theorist when reporting on these cases. We will see many examples of this throughout this video. She had conspiracy theories that Gypsy Rose's boyfriend only stabbed DD 4 times and that someone else came in and framed him by completing the rest of his vicious attack. So like can we just like stop for a second? Like, imagine, right, you go in to like hurt someone, stab them 4 times, you would think that might kill somebody, and then like you just hear like, oh, so someone like framed me? Like, I what do you mean? Is 4 not enough? Like, does she not feel 4? Who is this other guy? Why did it happen? And the thing is that I've never heard anyone else talk about it apart from Natasha Cooper. I don't understand it, mate. And I just spat absolutely everywhere because it's like, he murdered DD Blanchard. He murdered her. You can't say that he went in there and that Gypsy. So basically, I'm getting a little hyper here, mate. So basically saying that either Gypsy Rose and some fella framed him, or some person just came in and thought, oh, what the hell, I'll just jump on in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And I've never heard anyone, like, I'm telling you, I have a hyperfixation for true crime, and I've never heard anyone say it but her. Like, so he goes in and gets like 64% of the job done, and then you're like, better go and smoke, someone can take over. Like, I don't understand, but anyway. So the next part of this is, so at the end of all of that, she basically distances herself away from that community, and she finds a new case, and she locks down like where she goes, and she doesn't involve with different case groups. Her group is case by case, so you just go there, right? And that way she was able to weed out a lot of the people that were talking about that she had taken the money and not done the correct thing with it. Basically, in simpler terms, she scammed them. But anyway, so the next one is, so Shayna Peoples. This case here breaks my heart. It is of a 19-year-old woman that was intellectually handicapped, who was close to her residence and went missing and has not been seen since. It absolutely devastates me. But it was in the same town that Natasha lived, and it was a cold case at the time. So as Natasha Cooper lived in the same town as Shayna and her family, she set up a fundraiser, and she said that she had a team that were using their resources and help for cases that have been forgotten. So that's what she was doing. But it gets a little hairy again. So the family basically comes out and says, well, where's the rest of the money? Like, what have you done with the money? Because they said, well, they came and gave us a couple of things of groceries, and we appreciate that, but you know, we paid for things to be in the newspaper. It's not in the newspaper. The amount of money you've raised doesn't add up to the amount of money you've spent, that sort of thing. And Natasha Cooper, it's actually it's like on the news, and I will put it in here.
Natasha Cooper, a woman who lives in Defuniak Springs, is accused of scamming people out of donation money. She has a Facebook page called True Crime with Natasha. According to Natasha, she, along with a team, investigates crime cases that haven't been solved and then gathers donations for the crime victims' families. She claims she doesn't scam.
I didn't scam anybody. I didn't take any money that was meant for them. Everything that was given to me for them, they got.
Scam.
All of the donations that we have received for the McKees have gone to the McKees. We have bought groceries. We've posted pictures of us grocery shopping. We've posted pictures of the buggies of groceries. We've posted pictures of the bags of groceries in their living room. I have all of those I can show you as well.
You know, I just wanted to help them. And I wanted to help them find Shayna. And then once I met them and I saw those boys and I got to know them, I wanted to help them too.
8 years ago, Shayna Peoples went missing in 2011. Natasha said she's been helping Shayna's family find answers and provide financial security. However, some residents say that the grocery shopping was great, but they don't believe Natasha is being transparent with all the donations, like some for newspaper advertisement.
They got their teeth fixed. I hope they kept going. A local dentist, and actually it was Dixie Dental, the one that somebody mentioned. They contacted me and they did their teeth for free. So they got their teeth fixed.
We have a source from the editor herself where she's come back and said, you know, those advertisements are not going to be run in the paper. And if they're not going to be run in the local paper, what good is it for Shayna's case?
Cooper says she's simply trying to help families by bringing awareness to their cases.
And that's what I said. The minute that I quit, nobody did anything. Nobody's tried to find her. They've done nothing. Nothing. They ran me off and they've done nothing.
I want to know, you know, why are they so dead set against what I'm doing when all I'm doing is trying to help a family?
You stupid bitch. I've had receipts, you dumbass.
Cooper was accused in another incident involving another criminal case that she investigated with her team.
Approximately $2,000 was collected, allegedly, for 1,000 pages of criminal case files for the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case. They were supposed to be 50 cents each. Allegedly, that never took place. She never went, and then the donations were never refunded. So where did that money go? That's what we're asking. It's not that we're saying, oh no, you're a liar, because I'm not.
I quit the entire internet for 9 months after this case. They'll twist and turn this and they'll turn it into whatever they want to do. I don't care. You know, I know what I did and I know what I didn't do. And what I did is honestly none of their business. They just think it is. But you sure don't see them helping anybody. You sure don't see them helping anybody. Butterfly wishes, fuck off. How about that? I don't need permission. I videoed the mess. Kiss my ass. How about that? Why do I not talk to them anymore? Because people turn them against me.
Again, and she actually talks about it on a live stream. She's being interviewed, right? And she like has the live stream still playing. And she's basically like, you know, if it wasn't for me, the dentist wouldn't have done the brother's teeth for free. You know, the bags and bags of groceries, and we had people that donated mattresses and things like that. And she's like, you know, I don't see how anything that I'm doing could be perceived as wrong, right? And she's like, you know, I just try and help people, and this is what I get in return. Very similar to one, the Gypsy Blanchard case, because she did do the same. Says, well, I went there and I'm trying to help, but you know, I'm going to move on to this one because they need more help, instead of acknowledging that you scammed them and that's why you had to move on. But oh my God. But anyway, So anyway, that's the case. That's that case there. So let's move on to when she really moves to YouTube. So due to the fact that she's got the Shayna Peoples case and the Gypsy Rose case on Facebook, true crime, all those sorts of things, they're all seeing that she's constantly in a situation where people are accusing her of scamming or misappropriating funds that she's raised. So that's a fucking problem. Like, that's the thing. Like, people are like, why is Natasha Cooper a problem? Well, this is why, but let's keep going. Now we have two different cases of people that, you know, have been treated a certain way. So they obviously, you know, join forces, and essentially she's basically moved out of YouTube. She's basically moved out of Facebook and she's onto YouTube. So she's basically the same way that a lot of these people start. You know, we've got Molly Go Lightly, we've got Lipoplex, we've got MRB, like we've got so many people that have started from the Watts case, and that is what Natasha Cooper had started when she came on YouTube. It was the Watts case, but it has another layer to it. Again, remember how we said in the Gypsy Rose case that she had, you know, bizarre fucking conspiracy theories. Like, that is just so irresponsible, and especially because that case was not solved at the time. It was like still ongoing. Like, obviously we knew Chris Watts did it, but we had all these other, like, this was when it was all happening, and I was very much in there. That case, it consumed me. So I know why everyone got consumed by the case, because it consumed me myself. But I never watched Natasha Cooper. I did fall into a couple of traps with a couple of the other creators I mentioned, but I never fell into Natasha Cooper's spell. And that is because, you know, I don't know how to put this because I don't want this to come across as disrespectful. I believe in the spiritual world. I believe in that realm. Obviously, my sister is Wiccan. So I get it. I respect it. I read tarot. I get it. But Natasha Cooper was doing spirit boxes for Shayna Watts and her children in live streams. Mind you, this is not at, like, this is not 2022. This is just after the case happened. This is just after, and she's doing spirit boxes. I'll say this, if that was a true gift and a true anything, why did she stop? That's what I want to know. Why did she stop? But not only did she do that, she did the whole 75 live streams, any lie, rumor, anything possible. She talks about Nicole Kessinger being pregnant, like, just like everything. Right now, as of today, as of Friday the 8th at 9:36 a.m., she had a live stream yesterday or the day before that she's doing the Watts case again. That's how much attention it garnered her. But why is she not doing the spirit box anymore? That's interesting to me. You didn't leave true crime, and if that was your gift, mate, you'd be doing it all the time. But anyway, so the same thing with the Watts case, and that is where, boom, fireworks, mate. She blew up. She blew up. I gotta be honest, she blew up on YouTube. She had, you know, 400, 500, 600 people in the chat at a time, like, you know. And she also had these other things of having inside sources, and it's just like, insane the stuff she would do, insane. And I'm not going to get into all the scams and the little fundraisers and all that. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. That's coming in part 2. So be subscribed, put the bell on, share, subscribe, send a pigeon. Anyway, So then we get to the Gabby Petito case, right? This is that was her latest big win, as she would call it, that she had on her channel. And Radiant Brit did do a video about this, and I know a couple of commentary with Kelly, Radiant Brit, a few people called her out on this and said, you know, like she's literally doing like 100 streams in like a week. I'm not joking. Like that many streams, hours upon hours upon hours of just Gabby Petito. Actually, you know what? I'll do it here. Let's go. I'll get on my computer and I'll show you this. Natasha. So we write in here, true crime with Natasha Cooper. Now, look at that. So she had video after video after video done on Gabby Petito. Every rumor, the same as with every other case she's done, but no spirit box. I think that was too much work for the scam level. But anyway, yeah, and it was every single minute of the day this woman was live, and she was just streaming news. Like, she wasn't even doing anything, and she would just put out there any rumor or anything possible, anything possible, anything possible. And I just find that very, 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 very disturbing. But anyway, guys, so that is the end of part 1. So we have, so this is like a 9, 10, 11, 12 page Google Doc, and we have just gone through 3 pages. Okay, so we are gonna come back, and I've got all these other things in here that we got to go through. But we'll be going through all of that in part 2. So, remember to like, subscribe, send a pigeon, keep the same energy. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!